HG Tudor does this or that. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Many of you have been enjoying learning more about your glorious narrator, narcissism, and understanding more about certain content creators across YouTube in my excellent The Ultra in Conversation With series. There have been a number of episodes so far, and if you have not availed yourself of this series of episodes, then I really must suggest that you do so. Otherwise, I'll find out where you live and administer some form of summary justice. So far, I've spoken with Sue Smith. I had a discussion with the Sidley twins, the Duchess of Narcissus, Jen from Real House Recaps, Tarot by Andy, Michelle from Royal Daily Tea, Baggage Claim, Avid Gardener, Steph, the Alter Nerd, Murdered by Crayons, where we talked a lot about Andrew Tate. Some dare call it conspiracy, with a wide-ranging discussion across, unsurprisingly, numerous conspiracy theories. With Trevor Cult, MC, Aaron Smith-Levin, who'd escaped Scientology, Lean Mean Machine, Our Recollections May Vary, and the heavenly voiced Layla Jane. All interesting people in different ways. And from reading the comments, I'm pleased that you've been enjoying those conversations, my style of discussion with them, and what you have been learning. There are others in the pipeline, so plenty more to enjoy. That's all forthcoming. There's also going to be a revisit with certain of the people that I've spoken to so far as well. So not only have you got the excitement of new and fresh YouTubers that you may not have heard of and you may not have heard from, having a discussion with your glorious narrator, but some of your favourites are going to be speaking with me again. Gosh, I do spoil you. One of the things that you will have noticed, had you been paying attention, is that I end each conversation with a game of this or that, where I pose a number of options to my guest and explain they've got to pick one or the other. They can't refrain, they can't clarify, they simply have to make a choice. The context of their answer, they can simply judge for themselves. So, for instance, where I ask soft or hard, they could be thinking soft like a pillow, or perhaps soft as in easy to beat up, hard as in hard-faced and uncaring, or hard as like a puzzle or a challenge. Thus, the context is framed in the mind of the guest and also you, the listener. You'll notice also that I change it here and there in relation to the nature of the guest, taking into account some of their background also. Many of you have asked in the comments section, why are you doing this, HG? What purpose does it serve? How are you analysing them using this information? Well, I'm not going to answer that just yet. I'm keeping that to myself. After all, a man must have some mystery about him. But what I am going to offer to you is the opportunity to engage in this game yourself. Yes, whereby you can be the ones that offer suggestions of options that can be put to your favourite narcissist and psychopath, me, HG Tudor. What do you think would make an interesting choice that ought to be asked of me? Try to keep it simple so we don't need long sentences on either side. Preferably it should be a one-word choice on one side and a one-word choice on the other. Occasionally a little bit extended, but generally speaking, keeping it short is better. Is there something that you would like to put to me by way of that choice so that you can hear what I have to say? Perhaps there's something that you believe that would flush something out that you hitherto don't know about me. It might be, for instance, that you simply want me to go through this or that akin to the ones that have been offered to my guests already, i.e. what I've asked them, you ask me. If so, let me know in the comments and say as such. It might be that you want something completely different because there's always something that you've wanted to get a decision on from the Ultra, that you want to know what his comparisons and preferences would be, or maybe you'd like an amalgam of both. Either way, extending my world-renowned generosity, I'm offering you the opportunity to put forward your suggestions in the comments section, please. Don't email them to me, just keep them in the comments section. And then what I'll do is pull together an appropriate list and arrange for those to be put to me. I'm not going to go through it myself. I'll have them put to me by a certain somebody. And I thought you'd like this opportunity to put these choices to me and to see what the Ultra responds with. There's plenty of time about this, so let's build up the collection. And if you see suggestions from other people where you think, that's a jolly good idea that person has offered there, then say as such. Give their comment a thumbs up and respond saying, I agree, or I'd like the answer to that one too. And therefore, it's more likely to catch my eye and more likely to be one of those which are selected. And then you'll be able to settle back with a chocolate digestive and a mug of cocoa, if that's your calling, or maybe you're wanting something a bit colder and fizzier. Whatever it might be, you'll be able to settle back with your appropriate beverage and then listen to what the Ultra has got to tell you. I'll be doing this in the next week or so, but that gives you plenty of time to offer your suggestions. Sit down, wrap a cold towel around your head and cogitate. What would be interesting to put to the Ultra by way of a choice? Is there something that you think that would almost sort of back me into a corner? Is there something that you've always had a burning desire to know with regard to a particular preference of mine? It doesn't have to be clever, it can be fairly straightforward. But let's get them. So put them in the comments section, get your brains working, and offer up your suggestions, and we'll have a jolly good game of this or that, this time with the Ultra, me, HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.